Good evening and welcome to everybody to this evening's Pathway to Priority Industries event, which is brought to you by Developing the Young Workforce in collaboration with Skills Development Scotland and a range of employers. This is our final event in a series of 4 broadcasts which have aired over the course of the summer. It's great, as ever, that so many of you from right across the country have been able to tune into this event from home, and a very warm welcome to those of you that have joined our previous events, as well as welcoming everybody that is tuning in for the first time. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Rob Woodward. I chair the Developing the Young Workforce National Employer Forum, and I'm the former Chief Executive of STV. I also chair Glasgow Caledonian University, and I chair the UK's Met Office. Just before we get started, I wanted to touch on some points about the overall format of this evening. And you're going to hear from a range of experts and employers throughout the event. If you've got comments or questions, then please feel free to use the chat function, and we will moderate and collate and answer those comments after the broadcast. At this evening's event, contributors Skills Development Scotland and a range of employers will be talking to you about labour market information and the types of jobs that are available to young people now and into the future, even through this difficult period. We hope that by the end of the event, you'll feel reassured that there are still opportunities available for young people across a range of key sectors. I hope you enjoy this evening's event. On that note, it's my pleasure now to introduce an overview from Skills Development Scotland of the labour market, including the current and future demand for skills and jobs across key sectors.
As the future unfolds around us, job opportunities are changing too. More immediate factors such as the COVID-19 pandemic and Brexit, alongside ongoing technological and societal changes, are shaping the world we are living in. Technological advances such as automation, artificial intelligence and digitisation will impact the world of work in the future. To give a sense of scale in Scotland, around 46% of jobs have a high potential for automation. Scotland's birth rate is lower than the rest of the UK, and it has an ageing population, and there are potential changes to the pattern of inward migration due to Brexit. And the word career doesn't mean what it used to. People are embracing different ways of working, from contract work to self-employment. And career paths are more fluid than ever before. Flexible working, working remotely and self-employment are increasingly the norm. What will this mean for your child? The latest data from Skills Development Scotland, Scotland's national skills agency, shows the current and forecasted demand for people in Scotland. They are working to update this data in light of the current economic circumstances, and it is updated on a monthly basis to help inform the economic response. Looking ahead, employment growth is estimated to be lower over the next 10 years than the previous 10. However, we still anticipate growth in employment of nearly 100,000 people by 2030. How are Scotland's jobs shared across the country's key sectors? Here's a snapshot of how many people are employed in each key sector in Scotland in 2020. Health and social care accounts for 16.6% of total employment in Scotland in 2020. The world of work is changing, and so too is the demand for people across Scotland's key sectors. Whilst times now are even less predictable, not least due to COVID-19, this slide gives you an insight where we expect to see demand for people in the next 10 years. The forecast for long-term 2020 to 2030 suggests the greatest requirement for workers is expected to be in the health and social care and tourism, reflecting insight that the tourism sector is likely to bounce back. What will this mean for your child? Where will there be more jobs in the future? By 2030, it is expected that there will be a demand for nearly 100,000 roles in digital-related occupations, and nearly 500,000 in health and social care roles. Construction, advanced manufacturing and financial services are amongst the key sectors which are forecasted to see growth in the workforce. So, as we've seen, the job market is changing. With this rate of change, and with the increase in automation, machine learning and the growth in artificial intelligence, these skills are predicted to be in an increased demand. Social intelligence is about understanding different perspectives, demonstrating empathy, collaboration and leadership to improve communication. Innovation is about staying curious, using creativity and critical thinking to make sense of the information we're presented with, helping us to create and take advantage of opportunities. And self-management is about focusing our attention adapting to changing circumstances, demonstrating initiative and integrity, meaning we'll be more productive and efficient. These are called meta skills, which are the skills employers look for which enable people to be adaptive, resilient and continuously learning. There's more than one way to reach the right job. Now it's about being flexible and adapting to fit this new environment. As parents, it's important to be aware of all the options and to encourage your children to explore what's out there, whether that's an apprenticeship, college, university, or launching straight into the world of work. Help is out there. Log on to mykidscareer.com for a good guide to help with these important conversations.
Thank you, SDS, for providing such a valuable insight into the labour market. It's reassuring to see that jobs and sectors that are still in demand, both now and into the future. I'd now like to introduce our next session for this evening, which is Employer Insights from across a range of key industrial sectors.
Hello, I'm Jane Morrison-Ross, the Chief Exec of Scotland Is, the digital technology body for Scotland. Around 100,000 people work in the digital technology industry in Scotland. It's growing year on year. We're home to around 4,000 tech-based companies. We've grown companies like Skyscanner, Mashable and Rockstar North in Edinburgh, Aberdeen and Dundee. While global organisations like Microsoft, Amazon and IBM are proud to have roots in Scotland. As a whole, the sector is worth around £7.5 billion to Scottish GDP. And every year we see on average 400 to 500 companies enter, move or relocate to create a base in Scotland. It's growing fast. In fact, we're the second fastest growing sector in Scotland. We're also an industry with a skills shortage, and that means there's a massive opportunity for anybody who wants to take it. At the moment, we have over 13,000 jobs that need filled right now in Scotland. The pay is good. On average, folk in our industry earn 26% more than the average Scottish wage. Our industry has and is helping to digitally transform Scotland. And by doing that and working with other sectors, we're helping to create jobs in every key sector you can think of in Scotland. So the digital technology jobs are not just in the technology industry. They're in tourism, travel, food and drink, renewable energy, health, you name it. Digital careers offer so much more than people think. There's the games industry and there's coding, and in Scotland we've created some of the biggest games in the world. But there's also many other sectors that people don't know about yet. There are opportunities in health tech, in med tech, in climate tech, in space. There are opportunities in data science, networking, applications development, everything that makes your smartphone, your tablet or your computer work. We have teams in Scotland working on hyperloops using space data to save rainforests. We have teams working to create technologies that can help diabetics know just by looking at their watch whether they're in danger. So how do you get into these jobs? How do you become part of us? It starts with the choices that you make at school, but there are many pathways into industry and it's never too late. You could choose to go to college and study for computer science, networking, development, data science, cybersecurity, digital design, digital marketing. The list is endless. As are the courses on offer at the universities in Scotland. If you want to be the next ethical hacker, then head to Abertay. They created the first degree in the world in ethical hacking. If you'd like to get into robotics, then Heriot Watt is home to the Robotics Institute of Scotland. Almost all of our 13 universities offer digital tech-based degrees. Just follow your passion. If you'd rather head straight into work, there are loads of modern apprenticeships and graduate apprenticeships that will pay you while you study and help you get real industry expertise. You can find them on apprenticeships.scot or give us a call and we'll help you in the right direction. There is no wrong path into digital. There's also lots more information available on the Skills Development Scotland portal. We are the home of jobs of the future, the jobs that haven't even been invented yet. We're the home of ideas and creativity, of opportunity and growth. Join us. We'd love to have you. After all, Scotland is digital.
Construction is changing. There is a much more of an emphasis on the digital within construction. Now, I mean, as you see behind us, we have a factory, and that is construction. So it's not what everybody expects. Everybody expects, you know, hard hats and high vis in a muddy field. But actually, what we've got, you can build houses in the factory. But behind us, we have robotics, we have virtual reality, augmented reality, drone technology, modelling technology. So, you know, that is maybe what people wouldn't necessarily connect with the construction and built environment, but that is absolutely where the jobs are going to be of the future.
Hello, my name's Michael Lennox. I'm a partnership manager at a company called CITB, the Construction Industry Training Board. Our role is to try and develop people to get excited about working in the construction sector and to inform them of the choices that are available to them. I'd like to take some time today to talk about apprenticeships and the fact that people are concerned that due to the coronavirus crisis that there will be no apprenticeships in construction. Let's set the scene first. So at the moment there are around about 11,000 companies that make up the construction sector in Scotland, and they employ just under 250,000 people. So it's quite a large sector. It makes up about 1 in 10 of all the jobs in Scotland. If we look at apprenticeships, at the moment there are about 28,000 apprenticeships in all the different sectors in Scotland. That's retail, hospitality, travel, business, etc. 1 in 3 of those apprentices actually work in the construction sector. So you can see that our sector actually is very positive about recruiting apprentices, and not only that, we're very passionate about making sure that we have a workforce for the future. Jobs that are available in the construction sector include everything from bricklayer, joinery, flooring, tiling, roofing, all the traditional trades that you would think about, but we've got lots of different trades. There are well over 150. We need everyone with digital skills, with analytical skills, with good hand-eye coordination, confidence, working in a team, working on your own. Those are the skills which we need. We can teach you anything else about working in a construction sector. I'd like to wish you luck with your future careers, and if you're not sure about what you're doing, please go to our website, Go Construct.
NHS Scotland has almost 170,000 staff, and we serve a population of almost 5.5 million people. We are the largest employer in Scotland. Just over half of our staff are clinically qualified, but did you know that just under half support those clinical roles and also provide critical and crucial support to our infrastructure? There are many routes into the NHS, from pre-employment programmes, including partnerships such as Prince's Trust, volunteering opportunities, and work experience. We also offer apprenticeships at all levels: foundation apprenticeships, modern apprenticeships, and graduate apprenticeships.
Hi, I'm Ross. I'm a clinical technologist and I work for NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde. I was attracted to working in the NHS because I've got a lot of family that have worked for the NHS and they told me loads of good things about it. I was working for a retail company, just doing a part-time job, and I was looking for something full-time. Went on the NHS website and seen they were doing apprenticeships. Clinical technology seemed the most interesting one, and thankfully that's the one that I got in the end. My day-to-day role is constantly changing. There's so many bits of equipment in the hospitals, and it's my job to fix them. So one day I could be looking at a thermometer, the next I could be working on an anaesthetic machine while it's attached to a patient. If I was to give advice to someone, a school leaver looking to work in the NHS, I would say apply right now.
My name's Melissa, I'm a pharmacy technician and I work for NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde. I was attracted to work in the NHS because it's a patient-focused job that I was interested in, and there's lots of opportunities for career progression. So I went to a careers event in my school and I found out that the NHS done apprenticeships, and they informed me of the different ones that they do. I went home and researched and I found out that they'd done a pharmacy technician one, and that was the one that appealed to me the most. So my day-to-day role can vary from a lot of different things. So I can be dispensing prescriptions, labelling prescriptions, topping up wards, charging stock to the wards, including controlled drugs. I can be up speaking to patients to see what medication they've got, and I can be working on the wards as well. I think the two main skills that you would need would be able to communicate properly. From a day-to-day basis, you need to speak to patients, other pharmacy staff, nurses, healthcare support workers, doctors, anybody in the hospital. Another thing would be being able to work in a team. You work within different teams up in the wards and down in a department as well. My advice would be, if you're looking for an apprenticeship, I would definitely recommend the NHS. They offer a great support package through the whole process, and they offer great opportunities.
Skills come from many experiences in life, not just those that you pick up at school or college. We may be in unprecedented times. The NHS may be facing some of the biggest challenges that healthcare has ever seen. But this also means that there is great opportunity to join the NHS at a time when you can really make a difference. Do you want an amazing career? Do you want to make a difference not just to individuals, but also to the health and well-being of our society? Do you want to be part of something that really matters?
Hello everyone, my name is Caroline Dean. I work for an organisation called Scottish Care, and we represent third and independent sector care providers in Scotland. We are looking to highlight the importance of a career in social care and the potential that there is for people for career progression and working your way through the sector. Care is a growing sector. There is a huge potential for people coming into the sector. We are constantly recruiting and looking for new workers, and that is because the number of people requiring care really is growing year in and year out. So it's really a sector where you've got some good stability and guarantees of work when you are in it. There's also a lot of potential for career progression. There's a lot of opportunities to work your way up through the sector and to start off in a position where you can then progress on to senior roles, supervisor roles and management roles within the sector. It's also a very variable sector, so there's lots of different opportunities and areas that you can work in. That might include the setting that you're in. For example, it could be a community-based setting, housing support, care at home, or it could be within a care home setting, a care home for older people or for adults that have various different levels of disability and requirements. We would highlight the fact that the SSSC, who are the body responsible for the regulation of the workforce, and they register the care and support workers and all levels on their register. And they also have a career pathways website that is really helpful for people who are considering a career in care and looking at what the possible opportunities and what the possible options are for people. This could be through, as I said, a higher education body. So it could be a local college where you go to do a qualification such as a modern apprenticeship or an SVQ. But there's also potential to go into the workforce and receive a lot of training from the organisation that you're working for. And that's one of the important things in care, that we're looking for people that have got those compassionate skills, that have got that ability to empathise with others and to deliver high quality care with a good level of respect and dignity for the people that they're looking after. So there's lots of potential and lots of opportunities for people who are seeking it to work in social care.
Very much part of the community, and we've worked hard over the last 7 years to try and break down some of the barriers about what a care home is.
In a nursing home, people aren't just a number. You get to know all aspects of their life. You're helping support not only them, but their families and friends as well.
There's a lot of people, they think that their life ends, but it doesn't. That's them just actually starting to live such a good life again because they're actually interacting with people again.
We are here to promote independence, to support these people to carry on doing as much as they can for themselves.
I feel that care has changed a lot over the years. Things are based a lot now on technology.
Most of our care plans are on computer. As I say, we have 72 residents and it's easier for me to go in and check that person's must, water level, their weight, blood pressure, because everyone's recorded, the carers put it on in the iPod, comes straight onto the computer and I can check it very easily.
If it wasn't for these people here, I think I would absolutely be lost.
There are a variety of routes to get into early learning and childcare. The employers are open to a variety of pathways. So one can choose to work and gain qualifications, or one can choose to undertake the qualifications first and then enter into the early learning and childcare sector. Work-based learning, modern apprenticeships, foundation apprenticeships offer an excellent route to enter into the early learning and childcare sector. And there is the college route as well as the university route to enter the sector. But I think what's important to highlight is the skills that the employers are looking for. So if you can demonstrate excellent communication and interpersonal skills, good literacy and numeracy skills, and of course digital skills, then this is a sector to think about. What employers are looking for is a genuine commitment from entrants and a desire to work with young children and influence them to achieve positive outcomes. This is a large sector and it employs just under 40,000 people in the sector. The Scottish Government has made a commitment to increase the funded entitlement from the current 600 hours to 1140 hours, which means that there will be an increased demand for earlier practitioners and managers across a range of settings. But it also offers a chance for parents and carers to enter the labour market. We also think there will be an increased demand for graduates in the early learning and childcare sector. This is because there is a commitment to have an additional graduate working in deprived areas in all nursery settings across the country. You could be working in different settings, for example in an outdoor nursery, or you could be working with young people with additional support needs, or you could choose to work as a childminder offering a home-for-home experience for children as well.
Hi, I'm Jackie Douglas. I'm the Chief Executive of the Care and Learning Alliance. We absolutely believe that the ELC is so important to support a sustainable and thriving economy, especially in more remote and rural areas. The COVID crisis has shown us that the different sorts of industries across Highland and Moray are quite unique. There's such a focus on tourism, there's a focus on food and drink, and the rural aspects means that smaller numbers of jobs are really important in quite small communities. Quality early learning childcare is the very foundation on which we will help build the recovery of the economy as we move forward into the future.
My name is Stephanie and I work as an early years officer with my local authority's nature kindergartens. My first role in early years was as a student doing placements when I was working on my qualification. As soon as I finished my qualification, I got a full-time job in the early years sector and I've quickly worked my way up into a leadership position. Even during this uncertain time, there's still lots of opportunities for careers in early learning and childcare. I was recruited for my new role at the end of lockdown and began that role in August when schools returned. If you're interested in a career in early learning and childcare, I suggest that you get experience through volunteering or with after school and summer jobs. I promise you, you will never ever regret it.
Hi, I wanted to take a few minutes to tell you about the breadth of career opportunities there are in a sector that has a positive impact on the lives of everybody here in Scotland and indeed globally, is dynamic and innovative and growing. And that sector is financial services. Now, financial services is important in almost every aspect of people's day-to-day lives, from bank accounts and savings accounts through to the payment cards they have in their purse or wallet. They provide loans for cars and mortgages for houses. For businesses, they help them to start up, to grow, develop, to export. And if you want to protect what's really important to you, then there is the insurance industry to do that. Now, financial services in Scotland is incredibly important. It employs about 160,000 people, directly and indirectly. So everywhere from banks, insurance companies, asset management, large international banks have invested here, but also in professional services areas such as the legal profession and accountancy and consultancy and other areas that support the sector directly. Now, financial services is a sector that is not just attractive from an initial entry point of view. It's one of the sectors that really focuses on career development and on personal development. And it embraces the apprenticeship scheme wholeheartedly, and particularly leading through to degree apprenticeships as well. It embraces professional qualifications across a whole range of applications, and it encourages individual personal development and leadership development as well. It's a sector that has undergone really rapid change over the last 20 years. So financial services has given me real opportunity, and I have valued that, and I believe it can offer the same to you. Thank you.
So, as part of our continued commitment to championing potential, NatWest Group are pleased to continue to offer opportunities to young people during what is a difficult time. So my name's John, I'm Talent Attraction Manager here from our Early Careers team, and this year we were proud to continue with our virtual summer internship programme, seeing 170 interns take part in our 4-week experience, focusing on developing their knowledge of the bank, developing essential soft skills such as personal resilience and building strong relationships. We're also recruiting 63 young people to our 2020 Social Mobility Apprenticeship Programme, due to start in October. These apprenticeships will last between 2 and 4 years and go all the way up to degree level. A further 140 apprentices will join our other programmes spread out across 2021. We're proud to be able to offer these opportunities to young people, and we look forward to welcoming our next cohorts into the bank.
Hi everyone, my name is Lindsay Winter. I'm the Resourcing Manager for Virgin Money. We are setting ourselves apart to be a slightly different type of bank, much more digitally focused, so that we can work with customers either in a face-to-face environment or through online channels. I wanted to talk a little bit today about what we've been doing from a recruitment perspective. So we've had a lot of hiring recently across the organisation, a lot in that technology and digital space, and also in some of our more what we would call functional areas, so risk, finance, etc. What I would say is when you're with us, we really encourage you to be curious. Think about how you might learn more about your role, where you might develop and how you might stretch yourself. What I would say is for those that do join us, and there's lots of ways and routes in, so it could be permanently, it could be through a temporary contract, it could be through an apprenticeship programme. Don't get too caught up in the career pathway piece. It's great to have plans, and lots of people do, and they'll really see those come to fruition. Lots of people don't. Be flexible, think about what it is that you really enjoy and try and get some good exposure to that. I hope this has been useful. Wish you all the very best of luck, and maybe see some of you soon. Thanks, bye-bye.
I hope that you found the sector insights from a range of employers to be informative, and I hope it helps give you some reassurance that employers in some sectors continue to recruit even during this unprecedented time. In fact, it's time now to extend my thanks once again to all our speakers for the insights that they have given to you, which I hope that everybody at home has found to be useful. And it's great to have heard from such a wide range of speakers. And I really hope that you found the messages this evening to be particularly helpful, particularly for those of you who are just leaving school or college and starting now to prepare for your career. The role of DYW continues to evolve, and you'll be hearing more over the coming weeks and months about how DYW will be supporting the Scottish Government's Youth Guarantee Scheme. I wanted to finish off by highlighting that you can find a range of further information and resources on the dyw.scot website, including details about each of the 4 Scottish Biggest Parents' Evening broadcasts. You'll also be able to access the eDYW Digital Hub, which contains a suite of useful resources for young people, including our online skills academy. Finally, I'd like to extend a huge thank you to you, everybody at home, who have taken the time to join our session this evening. And I look forward to having the opportunity to join with you again at a future event. In the meantime, do look after yourselves and remember that DYW and all the organisations that you've seen represented this evening are here to help you. Good night, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.